What is up, guys? Georgiy Soltanov here, back with another video for you guys. So not that long ago, I started dieting down for my first ever men's physique competition. When I started my diet, I looked like this. Then around 2 weeks later, I started looking like this. In this course of the 2 weeks, I lost around 8 to 10 pounds, and I was using all the dieting tips that I posted in my one video earlier on that I made. I'm going to link that video right in the description. And now that I already gave you the dieting tips for how to lose all that weight, I'm going to give you some of the common dieting mistakes that I have faced and other people have faced that I know of. Dieting mistake numero uno, eating too little carbs. While only eating 20 to 30 carbs a day may be very beneficial for losing the weight really quick, it's not so good for your body physically or mentally. Carbohydrates are a main source of energy for your body, and when you eliminate those down to maybe 20-30 grams per day, that's going to be very detrimental to your energy levels. You're going to wake up very sluggish, your workouts won't be that great. Oftentimes you may start out very good on a workout and that's purely of caffeine from a pre-workout or coffee or whatever, but then you're going to plummet down right away. Consuming very minimal carbs also takes a toll on your body. Your body's going to look very flat and soft, and you're not going to get that vascular hard look when you're eating that little of carbs. The reason for that being is when you eat carbs has insulin and glycogen, which help your muscles fill up and gives you that nice hard and vascular look. And when you're eating only 20-30 grams a day, that's not gonna happen. That's why oftentimes bodybuilders or men's physique competitors or bikini competitors will bump up their carbs the week before the show, and especially the day of the show, because that gives them that nice vascular and hard look which they want. A low carb diet could also diminish your brain power. You've often heard before a race or a meet or whatever, you want to carb load because you want to get that energy in your body to fuel yourself for the next day. Well, that also applies to your brain. Your brain loves glucose, and glucose is what is derived from carbs when your body breaks it down. And your brain thrives off that. It feeds all those thousands and thousands of neurons that you have in your brain with that glucose. And when you're not getting enough of it, your brain function will lack. Eating carbs signals for your brain to produce this hormone called serotonin, which controls your mood, your appetite, and your sleep regimen. This is why oftentimes when people aren't getting enough carbs, they're very moody and just angry and just can burst that quick. That's why I recommend for most people trying to start their diet off right to start by reducing their carbs by around 50 grams and then go from there on a weekly basis. This leads me into the second dieting mistake, which is eating too little for too long. We all know that eating less calories will help you lose weight. However, eating too little of calories for too long of a time period will actually have adverse health effects on your body and on your diet. Dieting down creates a stressful environment in your body, and your body reacts to that by releasing a stress hormone called cortisol. Cortisol release is good for your fat metabolism early on in your diet. However, too much cortisol release will have adverse health effects to you, and it will cause more visceral fat buildup in your belly. Some researchers even claim that chronically high cortisol levels can lead to overeating, which isn't great for your diet after all. Everybody at some point in their diet will need to take a refeed day, which is basically where they bump their carbs up a little bit, and during that day they won't necessarily have a whole cheat day where they can eat whatever they want, but their carbs and fat will be a little bit higher and they can choose a little more liberally with what food they want to eat. And this varies from person to person for when they do it and how much they bump the carbs up and whatnot. But typically, if you're going really good and steady on your diet and you're losing a ton of weight, maybe 1 to 2 pounds a week for men, half a pound to 1 pound for women, if you're losing that much weight every week for a consistent basis, maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks, I would definitely recommend having a refeed day by then if you have not already. And if you want to do these refeed days and set all these macros up and whatnot and don't know how to do it, you can hire your mans right here. Mistake number 3, jumping from diet to diet. All too many times when you start dieting, you may see your friend lose 10 pounds doing a certain other type of diet, and you might want to try theirs out. However, you won't know if your diet really works until you stick to it for a certain period of time. Dieting is very tricky because it's specialized to each individual. A diet that may work for one person won't work for another. Some people lose weight very quick and just can lose it really fast and really quick and keep it off, while there's others that can lose weight from the start pretty quick but then plateau. And then there's others that can't lose weight at all from the start, but then they hit a point where they can lose weight. It all varies, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be able to lose weight. That's why when it comes to dieting, pick a diet plan and stick to it. You don't want to jump ship right away. I suggest sticking to a diet for anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. And then after, if you're not seeing any results at all, I'd switch diets. Your body needs time to adapt to the new food regimen that you're giving it, the new macros, the new food time, meal timing. You need to get your body to adapt to that first, and then you'll be able to see results. Mistake number 4. When you mess up big time. Too many times do I see people that mess up on their diet just a little bit, and when they realize it, they panic and think their diet is over with, and then they just binge eat all the unhealthy food they can. That is not the right way to go about it. Getting your mind and body to adapt to healthy eating habits takes a while, so don't blame yourself if you mess up here or there and eat a little snack that you shouldn't, but just don't binge eat afterwards. A lot of people panic and they think that their diet is just over with and they're done, and they just start panicking and they start eating all this unhealthy food. Don't do that. Just learn from your mistakes and move forward. You're going to be a lot better off that way. Well, that's going to conclude this video. If you guys enjoyed it and found it informative, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Until next time.